Africa, the motherland, a continent bursting with life, rhythm and stories that'll make your hair stand on end. We're not talking about those boring history books you slept through in school. No, these are tales passed down through generations, filled with heroes who could wrestle lions before breakfast, queens who commanded armies with a flick of their wrist, and tricksters so smooth they could charm the stripes off a zebra. So, buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into the world of epic African legends. We're talking myths, we're talking history, we're talking stories that'll make you laugh, cry, and then call your grandma to ask why she never told you any of this. Get ready to meet the characters, explore the landscapes, and discover the magic that is Africa. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Okay, picture this. The sun-baked plains of West Africa, 13th century. The air is thick with the scent of the savannah, and the horizon stretches endlessly. This is where our first legend begins, with a dude named Sundiata Keita, a name that would echo through the ages. Now, Sundiata wasn't your average Prince Charming. In fact, he couldn't even walk for a good chunk of his childhood. His legs were weak, and he struggled to take even a single step. Imagine the whispers, the doubts, the side-eye from everyone in the kingdom. People talked behind his back, questioning his future and his ability to lead. A king who can't walk? What's next, a fish that can't swim? The skepticism was palpable. But Sundiata, he wasn't about to let a little thing like not being able to walk stop him. He had a fire in his heart and a determination that couldn't be quenched. He had destiny on his side, even if it arrived via a magical baobab leaf. This leaf was said to hold the power to change one's fate. See, Sundiata's mum, Sogolon, was no ordinary queen. She was fierce, she was determined, and she was not about to let her son be written off. Her love and belief in him were unwavering. So she did what any good mother would do. She consulted the witch doctors, brewed some potions, and boom! Sundiata stood up, stronger than ever. It was a miraculous transformation. Now you'd think people would be happy, right? Wrong. The villagers were still skeptical, their faces filled with doubt and disbelief. There was this jealous king, Sumauro Kante, who was basically the schoolyard bully of the region. His jealousy knew no bounds. He'd heard the rumors about Sundiata's newfound strength and thought, nope, not having it. He couldn't stand the idea of someone else rising to power. So Sumauro did what any reasonable tyrant would do. He attacked. He gathered his forces and launched an assault. But Sundiata, fueled by his mother's love, the support of his people, and probably a few more of those magical baobab leaves, fought back. He prepared for battle with unwavering resolve. And let me tell you, this wasn't your average playground scuffle. This was an epic showdown, the kind they write songs about. The clash of swords and the flight of arrows filled the air. Swords clashed, arrows flew, and in the end, Sundiata, the boy who couldn't walk, became Sundiata Keita, the Lion King of Mali. His victory was nothing short of legendary. He united the kingdoms, brought peace to the land, and proved that sometimes the greatest strength comes from overcoming the toughest challenges. His leadership was transformative. Sundiata's story is a reminder that even when the odds are stacked against you, you can rise above, conquer your fears, and maybe even become the king of a vast empire. His legacy continues to inspire. Just maybe lay off the whole banishing your dad and brother thing. Even heroes have their flaws. Let's jump over to 17th century Angola, where our next legend, Queen Nzinga, was busy telling the Portuguese colonists where they could stick their treaties. This woman was the definition of bow-down peasants. There's a new queen in town. Nzinga wasn't born into power, though. She had to claw her way to the top, proving her strategic mind and diplomatic skills every step of the way. When the Portuguese, those pesky colonizers, started sniffing around Angola like it was an all-you-can-eat buffet, Nzinga stepped up. She knew she couldn't beat them with brute force alone, so she used her sharp wit and even sharper tongue to play the political game. She negotiated treaties, forged alliances, and basically ran circles around the Portuguese for decades. But Nzinga wasn't just a diplomat in a fancy headdress. When the time came to fight, she was on the front lines, leading her troops with a ferocity that made the Portuguese soldiers wet their fancy pantaloons. She mastered guerrilla warfare, using the Angolan terrain to her advantage. Think of her as the original jungle queen, except instead of talking to animals, she was outsmarting and outmaneuvering her enemies. Nzinga's story is a powerful reminder that resistance comes in many forms. It can be a carefully worded treaty, a strategic alliance, or a well-placed arrow shot from the back of a war elephant. She fought for her people, for their freedom, and for their right to determine their own destiny. Queen Nzinga's legacy is one of defiance, strength, and a reminder that colonialism, yeah, not cool, man. Chapter 3. Anansi the Spider, the original web designer and trickster extraordinaire. From the battlefields of Angola, we travel to the lush forests of West Africa, where our next legend spins his tales literally. This journey takes us deep into the heart of African folklore, where stories are as rich and vibrant as the land itself. Meet Anansi the Spider, the ultimate trickster and the original web designer. His web is not just a home, but a symbol of his cleverness and ingenuity. Now, Anansi is a bit of a celebrity in West African folklore. His tales are told and retold, each time with a new twist that showcases his cunning nature. He's clever, he's mischievous, and he always has a plan. Whether it's outwitting his friends or deceiving his enemies, Anansi's mind is always at work. He's like that friend who can talk their way out of any situation, even if it involves outsmarting a god or two. His charm and wit make him a beloved figure, despite his trickery. And trust me, Anansi has tangled with some serious deities in his time. His encounters with gods are legendary, each one a testament to his audacity and intelligence. There's the time he tricked the sky god out of all his stories, a feat that required not just cleverness, but immense bravery. Or the time he outsmarted the god of wisdom, proving that knowledge and cunning can sometimes outmatch raw power. Anansi's stories are full of life lessons, even if those lessons come wrapped in a web of trickery and deceit. Each tale offers a glimpse into the complexities of human nature. He teaches us about the importance of being resourceful, the dangers of greed, and the value of wit over brute strength. And the fact that sometimes the smallest creature can outsmart the biggest bully. Anansi's tales remind us that size and strength aren't everything. Anansi's tales have travelled far beyond the shores of Africa, carried by the winds of the transatlantic slave trade. His stories have crossed oceans and continents. He popped up in the Caribbean, the Americas, and even parts of Europe, each time adapting to new cultures while retaining his signature wit and charm. In the Caribbean, his stories merged with local folklore, creating a rich tapestry of tales that continue to be told today. In Europe, Anansi's tales found new audiences, blending with European myths and legends, yet always keeping his unique essence. Adapting to each new culture while still retaining his signature wit and charm, Anansi's stories have become a global phenomenon. So, the next time you see a spider spinning its web, remember Anansi. His legacy is a testament to the power of storytelling and the enduring nature of cleverness. He's a reminder that even in the face of adversity, a little bit of cleverness and a whole lot of cunning can go a long way. His stories inspire us to think creatively and act wisely. Just maybe don't try to steal stories from any sky gods. Anansi's adventures are a cautionary tale, as much as they are a celebration of wit. Chapter 4. The Great Zimbabwe, a legacy in stone. Our final stop takes us to the heart of southern Africa, to the awe-inspiring ruins of Great Zimbabwe. Now, this isn't your average pile of old rocks. These stones tell a story of a civilization that was ahead of its time. This, my friends, is a testament to the ingenuity, creativity and architectural genius of the Shona people. Imagine a city of stone rising majestically from the African savanna, its towers seemingly scraping the sky. This was Great Zimbabwe, a bustling metropolis that thrived between the 11th and 15th centuries, a beacon of prosperity and culture. It was a centre of trade, a hub of culture and a sight to behold, attracting merchants and travellers from far and wide. The stone walls, some of them over 30 feet high, were built without any mortar or cement, a true marvel of engineering. That's right, just perfectly placed stones, stacked one on top of the other, defying both gravity and the ravages of time. The great enclosure, the most impressive structure in the city, is a marvel of engineering, with its conical tower and intricate designs that have stood the test of time. But Great Zimbabwe is more than just a collection of impressive ruins. It's a living testament to a rich and vibrant history. It's a symbol of a lost civilization, a reminder of the power, sophistication and ingenuity of the people who once called this place home. The city's origins are shrouded in mystery, with legends whispering of ancient kings and queens, lost treasures, and even a connection to the Queen of Sheba herself. While historians continue to debate the specifics, one thing is clear. Great Zimbabwe is a testament to the enduring legacy of Africa's past, a legacy that continues to inspire. It's a reminder that long before the arrival of colonizers, Africa was home to powerful empires, skilled artisans, and a rich tapestry of cultures that shaped the world. The stones of Great Zimbabwe whisper stories of a glorious past, urging us to remember, to learn, and to celebrate the incredible achievements of Africa's ancestors, whose legacy lives on in these ancient stones. So, there you have it. 4 epic tales from the motherland, each one a reminder of the diversity, the resilience, and the sheer awesomeness of African history and folklore. We've journeyed from the sun-drenched plains of Mali to the bustling cities of Zimbabwe, encountering heroes, queens, tricksters, and even a few talking spiders along the way. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, my friends. Africa is a continent overflowing with stories, waiting to be told, shared, and celebrated. So go forth, spread the word, and keep the spirit of these legends alive. Because in a world that often tries to silence them, it's more important than ever to amplify the voices of Africa's past, present, and future. These stories are just a glimpse into the rich tapestry of African history and folklore. They remind us of the resilience, wisdom and creativity that have shaped the continent's past and continue to inspire its future.